Minasyaitonirrajim. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Today's lesson will be still about supremacy of Islam in Central and Southern Arabia, but in the way of mind mapping. In the end of the lesson, you're supposed to be able to explain the supremacy of Islam in Central and Southern Arabia. The first, we are going to study the vocabularies first that you have looked for in the dictionary before. Number one is dispatch. Dispatch is a verb. The meaning of this is to send somebody or something somewhere, especially for a special purpose. The second, intercept. It is a verb. Intercept means to stop somebody or something that is going from one place to another from arriving. Casualties. Casualties is noun. A person who is killed or injured in a war or in an accident. Casualties. Devastate. Devastate is verb. To completely destroy a place or an area. Obstacle. Obstacle is nouns. A situation, an event, etc. that makes it difficult for you to do or achieve something. The synonym is hindrance. Is this obstacle actually? Noun. So obstacle, the meaning of this is a person or thing that makes it more difficult for somebody to do something. Decaying. Decaying, verb decay, to be destroyed gradually by natural processes or to destroy something in this way. Far from, it is adjective, a long distance away. And then repatriate. Repatriate is verb, to send or bring somebody back to their own country. Dissension, okay, what is it? It is noun. Disagreement between people or within a group. And then abandon. Abandon, it is verb, to leave a thing or place, especially because it is impossible or dangerous to stay. Okay, we start. Still, scatter, verb, to move or to make people or animals move very quickly in different direction. Reckon, yes, verb, to be generally considered to be something. This is something. Okay, exempt. Exempt, it is adjective, not affected by it or do not have to do it or pay it, etc. And mount, it is animal. Yes, a mount is a horse. Okay. Still, master, but it is here. Okay, master, what is the meaning of master? To find as much fault, coverage, etc. as you can. Okay, now we step to the first sub-chapter in this chapter. It is wars with the tribe of Hawazin. Hawazin is the large and powerful tribe. They live in southeast of Makkah. They were very powerful kind of Hawazin, Sakif. They live in Taif. They worship a mother gods called Lat or Lata, yeah, and they traded with Persia. Okay, the Battle of Hunain took place in 31st of January 630 CE. When they heard that Prophet Muhammad SAW marched toward Makkah, they started the preparation for war. They dispatched for about 20,000 men. Rasulullah SAW left with 12,000 men, and Muslim camped near the narrow pass of Hunain. In the evening of 30th of January, And the Hawazin were skilled in archery. They skillfully posted archer in the pass before the battle. When the Muslim advanced, Muslims were caught unawares by the enemy archers and were put to rout with heavy casualties. This is took place in the 31st of January. Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam was left alone with his devout companion and in extremely prone position with the enemy advancing toward him. However, Rasulullah sallam soon lead the army and the counterattack devastated the enemy lines. Hawazin suffered both casualties and the booty capture were 6,000 prisoners, 28,000 camels, 4,000 sheep, and 12,000 pieces of silver. What is the effect of the Battle of Hunain? Number one, this is an end of power of the hostile tribe of Hawazin. And this is the last obstacle on the road to Sudan expansion. And the second effect, uh, like Haibar, other tribe in the area submitted to Islam, mostly without fight. And this is the last great battles of Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Then siege of Taif in February 630 CE, a month after the Battle of Hawazin. So the remains of Hawazin force retreated into the fortress city of Taif. Then Taif was laid siege, and Rasulullah SAW eventually raised the siege because Taif was not a hindrance, not an obstacle anymore in the way of Muslim expansion. Okay, the second subchapter is submission of other tribes to Islam. After the fall of Makkah and the defeat of Hawazin, Islam spread rapidly. There are three reasons why. Number one, Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, Rasulullah had finally converted because Rasulullah had converted his own people. Who were they? Quraysh. This was the sign in the eyes of Arabia that Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam was indeed a true prophet, a true messenger. The second reason is after the Hawazin had been defeated, there was no one left, no challenge to the authority of Medina. And the last is because the death of course Rose, the emperor of Persia, and the decaying of his empire gave Islam more chance to spread in southern Arabia. Okay, the third is tribal deputation for embracing Islam. This year is the ninth after Hijrah, and 10th after Hijrah was called Years of Deputation. Why? Because many tribes came to Medina to submit to Islam. After the Battle of Badr, Uhud, and Khandaq, Arabs said, "Let him here mean the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Let him and his people fight it out. If he prevails, unggul, then he is the true prophet." And yes, it's true. There was 70 delegation called on the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam in Medina, and many tribes straightway converted to Islam. It took with a teacher to explain Islam, and this also a zakat collector and governor for far-flung areas. The Hawazin accepted Islam, where and they upon and then they requested the Muslim to agree to repatriate the Hawazin 6,000 prisoners of war captured, go back to Hunay. Sakif, the powerful tribe in Hawazin. Also, when the chief converted Islam, the people also converted Islam. And then followed by the king of Yemen, the king of Bahrain, and Oman, all converted to Islam. Okay, and the fourth subchapter is Tabuk expedition in September to December in 630 CE. Tabuk is in the north from Medina, in the border with Syria. When Rasulullah SAW returned from Makkah, this news reached the build-up of large number of Christian troops near Syrian border. So Rasulullah SAW returned from Makkah. There was news that large number of Christian they were near the Syrian border, commanded by Emperor Heraclius. This kind of threat, of course, a threat to Muslim held or Muslim controlled area of northern Arabia. In dealing with this threat, Rasulullah SAW had all but two choices. Number one, wait for them to launch and take to Medina, or go to them in what would be a preventive war. This was a difficult time. Why? Because there was in that time drought and famine, kemarau dan kelaparan in Hijaz. Hijaz is the area submitted to Islam already near Medina. The summer was exceptionally hot. It is also was the time for the picking of dates, and Bedouin were reluctant to fight with the Byzantine after the defeat of Muslim forces at the Battle of Mu'tah. The last difficult is the munafiqun, were spreading seeds of dissension, disagreement, and fear within. The Prophet Muhammad SAW asked everyone contribute to this expedition. Hazrat Abu Bakr, Hazrat Umar, and Hazrat Usman contributed the greatest share. Muslim army, there was 30,000 in total, consisted of 20,000 foot and 10,000 cavalry. Abdullah bin Ubay once again abandoned the Muslim army with his munafiq. When the army of Muslim reached the massing point of the enemy's army in the north, they found the Christian army had melted away when they heard of the Muslim advance. The forces also scattered and divided. Khalid bin Walid, the leader of the Muslim army, was sent to Dumatul Jandal. There was Yohanna bin Ra'awah of Aliyah or Al-Aqaba, came to Hazrat Khalid and made peace agreement on the condition that he was to pay the small amount of jizya or Islamic tax. The people of Jarba and Adra came as well, making a similar agreement. Muhammad SAW stayed in Tabuk for 20. Effect of the Tabuk expedition, there are three. Number one, Rasulullah SAW made new allies in the region. When Rasulullah SAW returned to Medina successfully, he finally put an end to the Munafiqun's power, led by Abdullah bin Ubay. And Rasulullah SAW proved that Muslims were now the power to be reckoned. Okay, I hope you understand well, and don't forget after this to do the quiz live with me. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.